Welcome to the Client Center workflow lesson for agents in EZU. In this video, I will show you how to upload and share documents in Client Center, where you can find change requests and documents sent from your customers through Client Center, and how to send Client Center email campaigns to increase customer usage. So, let's get started. The EZLynx Client Center is a secure way to share documents, rather than through emails. This is useful for sharing ID cards, uploading vehicle schedules for remarketing, and much more. First, we'll go over how your customers can use their existing Google account credentials to sign into Client Center. Since many users already use Google services on multiple devices, signing in with Google can make it easier to switch between devices and maintain a consistent user experience. It is important that you have stored the same email address in their account details in EZLynx. This is consistent with how Client Center is accessed today, which is using the email address your customers provided to you for communication. Please note that the existing login mechanism is still available since your customers might be using email addresses of other email providers. On the Client Center login page, your customers will see the new option to sign in via Google. Here, they'll need to enter their Gmail email address along with their Gmail password. They'll be asked to enter a one-time authentication code when they're logging in via Gmail for the first time. The one-time authentication code will be sent to their email address. This is to follow the standard protocol while introducing a new login option to ensure the safety and security of your customers. After they've completed the first-time login process, they'll be able to log into Client Center using their Google credentials. If a customer enters a different Google email address than what's listed in their EZLynx account, they'll see an error message and won't be able to continue with the login process. They'll be guided to use the existing login mechanism or reach out to you to get the email address updated in EZLynx, so they can use this new sign-in next time. Next, we'll review how to upload and share documents to Client Center. For this example, we'll share a certificate master to one of our customers. To begin, navigate to the customer's account in EZLynx. From the customer's overview page, click on the Certificates tab to see the certificates that have been created and are available to share. We won't cover how to create a certificate in this course, but if you're interested, check out our How to Create a Certificate Master video. On the Certificates tab, click on Actions. Now, click the Client Center option from the drop-down menu. In the pop-up window, you'll want to select Enabled, then check the box next to the Terms of Service and click Save. This will share the certificate master with the customer and allow them to add new certificate holders and generate their own certificates from this certificate master. Client Center is also a great way to share documents with your customers, such as a vehicle or building schedule for new business or renewals. If you have a policy that is renewing and would like to share the certificate holders with the customer to make any changes, you can click Actions then click on Export Holders. Next, save the document to the computer. Once this is saved, you can upload it to your documents and share this with the customer for them to review and make any changes to. Perhaps you have a new customer who has many certificate holders and would prefer to fill out a CSV file and have them all uploaded at once. To do this, you can share documents to them through Client Center. To locate the CSV file, click Actions then Edit Master. Next, click on the Add Certificate Holders icon. From here, click Import then from CSV in the drop-down menu. Now, click the approved CSV template link and save it to your computer. To share this with the customer, click on the Documents tab within their EZLynx account. First, you'll need to upload the CSV template. Click the Add button, then select Upload from the drop-down menu. You can either drag and drop the file into this field or click the link to search for the file on your computer. You can link this to a policy if you'd like by selecting the policy from the drop-down window. Click Upload to finish uploading the file, then click OK on the pop-up window. Next, click Actions next to the file you uploaded, then click Share. In this pop-up window, you can send a notification to the customer using email or text, if applicable, then clicking Send. If you don't want to send any notification, simply click Cancel. Once the document has been shared to the Client Center, a green checkmark will appear next to the document under the Share column. Next, the customer would download and fill out the CSV with their certificate holders. Then, they can re-upload it to the Client Center. After the customer has uploaded the document in Client Center, it will appear automatically in their Documents tab in EZLynx. When a customer uploads a document to EZLynx, it will be recorded in their Accounts Activity tab under the system log, and an email notification will be sent to the assigned agent or producer. Once the customer has uploaded the certificate holders list in Client Center, it will be available in EZLynx. To import this list into your master certificate, you first need to download it by clicking Actions, then download and saving the document to your computer. Next, navigate to your master certificate by clicking on the Certificates tab. Now, click on the certificate that you'd like to import these certificate holders to, then click on Actions and Edit Master. Next, click on the icon to add certificate holders. Here, click Import, then select from CSV. You can either drag and drop the file into this field or click on the Upload field to search for the file. Once you've added the file, click Save and Continue. Next, confirm that the columns in the certificate holder file match the fields in EZLynx. If the column in the file is named differently than the field name in EZLynx, click the arrow to choose a different column in the drop-down window to import the information from. Once the file is mapped correctly, you'll receive a confirmation message at the top. As soon as you've made sure everything is correct, scroll down and click Continue. If EZLynx recognizes any errors, then they'll be listed here. To correct these, click Actions, then Edit Certificate Holder. In the pop-up window, make any necessary corrections, then click Save. This button is initially set to only show the errors for certificate holders. However, if you'd like to view all of the certificate holders, you can click this button. Once you've confirmed all the information for the certificate holders is correct, click Finish. These imported certificate holders will now be available when generating certificates. Moving on to the next feature of Client Center, Policies. Once a new policy is downloaded in EZLynx, it will automatically appear in the customer's Client Center. If your agency admin has enabled the Client Center setting, Show Manually Added Policies, they will also show up automatically in the customer's Client Center. When your customer logs into the Client Center, they can view the policy and download ID cards for supported lines of business. Up next is Change Requests. Your customers can submit change requests from their Client Center. When they do this, it will automatically create an alert for the assigned agent or producer. You can locate the alert via the notifications icon within your agency workspace. Clicking on this notification will bring you to the customer's EZLynx account. The change request will create a note in the system log on the customer's account, create a task for the assigned agent or producer, and send them a notification email to ensure that the request is reviewed and action is taken on the change request. You can click here to see the tasks that have been assigned to you. If you'd like to send your customer a link to the Client Center, you can click the Client Center email campaign link from the customer's overview page. You can choose to send this as yourself, or, if you're an admin, you can send it as a different user by clicking here. The Client Center template will already be selected here, and you can select up to 5 emails on this account to send this campaign to from the drop-down menu. If you'd like to change the time this campaign goes out, then you can click here to change the date and time. By clicking Preview, you can see a preview of the email the customer will receive with coding at the bottom to include your agent and agency contact information. Clicking this box will schedule a follow-up reminder after the final email is sent and create a task once the email campaign is over. Clicking this box will designate this as a birthday campaign to go out on their birthday. Clicking here will copy the sender in as a blind carbon copy on the email, and clicking here will cause this email to go out every year. Once you have everything set, click Schedule and the email campaign will go out at the set time. You can also send an email campaign with the Client Center link to multiple customers at a time. To do this, hover over the Communication Center icon and click New Campaign. Next, type the name of the email campaign into this field and select the report you'd like to use to send the email campaign. Then click Next. We won't be going over creating a report here. However, you can learn more about reports by checking out our Reports playlist. Now, click on Templates and select the Client Center option from the drop-down menu. Your agency's Client Center link will automatically be embedded in the Manage Your Account button sent in this email. If you'd like the campaign to go out on a future date, you can enter the number of days, weeks, or months to wait and select the relevant option from the drop-down menu. You can choose who the email campaign is sent out under by clicking this drop-down box. If you'd like to change who receives the responses from this email, you can change the email address in this field. You can also change the email campaign's subject in the subject field if you'd like. You can make any changes or additions to the email campaign's message in the message field. However, you'll want to make sure to not delete the button for Manage Your Account. Once you've made any necessary changes, click Next. Here, you'll review the email campaign. If you'd like the email campaign to go out on a future date, you can click here. Then, click on the calendar icon and click on the date to change the date. If you'd like this to be sent at a specific time, you can adjust the hour and minute sliders to change the time this email campaign is sent. If you'd like to test the email campaign, you can enter an email address you'd like to send the test email to in this field, then click Send Test. Once you're satisfied with the email campaign, click Schedule to schedule this email campaign to be sent on the delivery date and time. Additionally, if you have Client Center, you will have the ability to generate personal lines quote proposals, which will appear here on the Documents tab under the Client Center Forms section. To preview a personal lines quote proposal, simply click on the highlighted text under the name column. This will open the quote proposal within Client Center. If you would like to permanently remove the quote proposal from Client Center, simply click the Unshare button in the Actions column of the proposal. This will unshare the quote proposal within Client Center but will still be accessible here on the Documents tab of the customer's account. To learn more about personal lines quote proposals, check out our personal lines quote proposals video. You can see some best practices for the Client Center by hovering your mouse over the support icon and clicking Support Center. Next, type Client Center Best Practices into the search field and click on the link in the drop-down window. Here, you'll find some additional information regarding Client Center, suggested practices, and even the Client Center HTML code to embed into your website. This concludes the agency portion of the Client Center course. You should now understand how to share certificates and documents with a customer, and how your agency will be notified when a customer submits documents and change requests. You should also know how to send Client Center links to your customers via email campaigns, and where to find the best practices for the Client Center. Thanks for watching.